Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Honey, why don't you take that off, huh?
Take what off? That says me now!
Hello everyone, I'm here to talk about the story of Beyond Light, which is the newest expansion for Destiny, a game that has a singular developer for PvP, and they're locked in a closet in the basement with the sad sandwich as their only source of power. We start on the icy moon of Europa, the 6th moon of Jupiter. It's also known as Jupiter 2, and now you've learned something new, you massive nerd. As always with any new expansion, your fashion game is immediately thrown out of a window and jettisoned into space, whereupon you take up your new title as Lord of the Blueberries. No manner of dye combinations will fix this mess. The first living creature I come across that doesn't immediately want to shoot the fleshy bit in between my eyes is, surprisingly, Varix. He sure is one clicky boy.
He says, what the heck is that?
He tells us that there is a big bad evil girl called Aramis, who has drunk a bit too much of the darkness Kool-Aid and now has Elsa powers. He's worried that she might get a bit upset and commit a war crime or two, so he sends us to go check in on her. Along the way, I pick up every blue engram I can get my greedy little mittens on, like the golem creature I really am, until I get to meet the space pirate equivalent of Frozone. It doesn't go well, so I roll a d20 movement check to leave. I nail a point blank shot and give 2 warning shots as I skedaddle. Upon returning, the sentient Dorito wants to say hello, but since I'm allergic to gluten and immediate death, I keep my distance. It then throws a shrine at me, which I would have loved to have said is a first for me, but this breaks the ice enough for me to go say hello to the 3 amigos. Eris, a monster energy drink given life, the Exo-Stranger, a time-traveling robot who needs to save the future from the past, and the Drifter, who is also a time traveler but he can only go forwards. The Exo-Stranger seems to want us to have a go at chucking some ice cubes ourselves, but first we need to do a pray at the ziggurat. I arrive in the usual fashion. From there, it's a hop, skip, and a jump to where one of many cool Ranch Dorito challenges are. This one turns me into an ice ninja, but also on. I am not ashamed to say I spent way too much time here trying to get some screenshots with the HUD turned off like a tourist at the Arc de Triomphe. With my darkness in hand, I'm set loose upon Aramis' council to wreak havoc, sow chaos, and dismantle the core foundations of... I sound like an edgy maniac. I need to go kill Felix, Aramis' hardest warrior. There we go, that's much better. On my way, I get absolutely stomped by Baby Insurrection Prime, and he gets an army of 1. Inside the hunt, some forward take their name a little bit too literally, and I get to meet another new enemy type, the Wyvern. It kicks the shit out of me, but that doesn't bother me since I get to go head to head with Felix. This fight took me a few goes, which I found to be a positive experience throughout the expansion. But even the mightiest oak will lie prostrate eventually. Now that that's been sorted out, the Goth triangles lend me some more power to channel my inner Naruto, and I receive my next target, Prakbro, the only male member of the council. He is the Professor Farnsworth for the council, and discovered how to harness the darkness from the pyramid pieces. Understanding that I am an immortal god killer, he hacked into my game files and caused a crash. After doing the entire run again, he tries one final bit of intimidation by jump scaring me and flying in on a shank, copying Cade 6. Also like Cade, he is now dead. Papa Smith is the next person to come check out my heater tent. I think he needs it, he's looking a bit frigid. Anywho, he says Tiramisu has fled to the Cosmodrome, the spaceport in former Russia. You know what that means. Oh god. Hello my friends, this is FPS Titan again, and today we've got something really cool. This is a toaster. It has a polymer grip for heat retention and liquid coils for a slow building of power. Let's start the show. I'm going to call that mission accomplished. I'm so sorry. Back on track, we meet a hunter who I'm sure was called Blake before he became a guardian, who sends us along to scatter the old House of Devils, a fallen house that could ally with Eramis. You can apparently do this by killing a single captain. Fair enough. Now, being really desperate, Erami goes to steal some Vex milk, infuse it with some Dorito power to fuel the resurrection of a foe we've killed twice. Unfortunately, I load into a strike that's at the final boss already, but that doesn't stop me dying a few more times than I care to admit. Back on Europa, I fling my Sparrow at a manifestation of death, and get to play around with some more stasis abilities. On my way back, I vastly underestimate a jump, and channel my inner soldier from TF2 in a blind panic. Seeing that we're quite cozy with the darkness powers now, Varix finally gives us the go-ahead to end his old friend.
So forgive me, traitor, but the friend you thought you had, she never existed at all.
Never mind. The journey of the tower is filled with enemies, which slows us down. They even throw a brig at us. One of the last members of the council stands in our way, but he's a bit of a pushover. And the final fight begins. I get frozen a lot, but manage some nice damage using a super. She doesn't like that, freezes my ghost and myself, but I have the power of angst on my side. I break out and the fight continues outside. Would you believe that having your super recharge at the speed of sound makes this fight really easy? I try to freeze her, fail, and she gets frozen. She reaches out her hand in a final gesture, grasping out at the darkness in much the same way that she did when the Traveler left her planet to die. It's very symbolic and meaningful. To wrap the main plotline up, it's a final trip to the Ziggurat, which teleports us into a pyramid again. We witness another robed figure and unlock the darkness as a permanent ability, possibly tainting us permanently with the essence of corruption. I super goes brrr. And that is the main story of Beyond Light. I think I covered most of it, and if I didn't, then oops. On a side note, the lighting overhaul this season has been fantastic for screenshots. Please enjoy a small montage I've made of Europa. Thank you all for watching. See you for the next one.